Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be seeing how many useless but mildly interesting facts about public transport in Melbourne and Victoria that I can cram into just 10 minutes. This video is inspired by Austin McConnell's Useless Information series. So without further ado, let's go. The shortest station name on the Melbourne network is Bell Station on the Mernda line at 4 letters. The longest station on the Melbourne network is Upper Ferntree Gully on the Belgrave line at 18 letters. It's the only station name that is 3 words long. This section of dead-end tram track on Footscray Road looks like a tram stop, but it has never been served by any tram route ever and is only used by drivers. Gordon is the largest town with an active V-line route passing through it, but no station, with 1,393 residents. Route 59's terminus suburb of Airport West is named that way not because it's west of Melbourne Airport, but because it's west of Essendon Airport, which was Melbourne's main airport until the 1970s. Upfield and Alamein are not real places. Ringwood East is the only station to have the cardinal direction listed after the station name instead of before. This one pisses me off, please PTV make it consistent. Route 58 used to have a stop in the middle of Royal Park that was the only stop not connected to any roads, but it was removed in 2021. East Richmond Station is not real and doesn't exist. Torquay is the largest town in Victoria to never have had a rail service at 18,000 residents. Mildura is the largest town in Victoria to not currently have a rail service. This is due to the fact that in 1993, the government cancelled the Vinelander unexpectedly on Sunday, a week ahead of its scheduled last service. Route 12 has the most roundabouts out of every tram route, with a total of 5. There is a rail link to every single Monash University campus except their main one. Going on the express line past Altona saves you 7 minutes. The largest bus interchange in Melbourne is at Chadstone Shopping Centre. The 78 is the only tram that doesn't share any part of its route with another route. It's also the only tram line that's entirely mixed traffic. Route 86 is the tram route that travels the closest to the edge of the city, being less than a kilometre away from the Plenty Gorge parklands at its Bundoora terminus. Ashburton is the only station on the Alamein line with a customer service hub. Box Hill is the only underground station outside of the city loop. Yarra Trams got so tired of changing the name of their stop every time the station in Docklands changed its name, they just gave up and called it Stadium Precinct. The least used V-line station is Dingy on the Swan Hill line, and it gets an average of 1 passenger every 3 days. And the least used station on the V-line Mikey network is Heathcote Junction. Melbourne's largest suburb is Point Cook, with 66,000 residents and no rail service. The closest station is Williams Landing. The best station name is clearly Batman, but Metro Trains is anti-fun, and so they pronounce it the wrong way.
Now arriving at Batman.
There's also 1 train service per day that terminates at Batman, and it's the only Upfield line service that doesn't go all the way to Upfield. Footscray has higher passenger numbers than Flagstaff. This is the only station outside of the city centre that has a higher ridership than one of the city centre stations. The Sandringham and Alamein lines are the only lines to be completely untouched by the level crossing removal project. There are 2 places in Melbourne where tram tracks cross over train tracks, one at Riversdale Station with Route 70, and the other one at Kooyong Station with Route 16. The Preston Depot Bridge is one of the most unique parts of the Melbourne tram network, despite the fact that it's not ever used in regular passenger service. Luckily, I got a chance to ride it during a time when Route 86 trams were diverting due to a protest on High Street. Speaking of High Street, there are 3 completely different streets called High Street that have trams running down them. One in Northcote, one in Kew, and one in Glen Iris. This bus stop in Baxter has 1 bus per hour on weekends. I found this out the hard way when filming my Stony Point Line video. You also have to walk through the grass to get here. Top 10 urban planning moments. The first train line to be electrified was the Flemington Racecourse line. Tram routes 86 and 96 used to be run by double-decker buses, but no one liked them, so they brought the trams back. Williamstown is the oldest station. Flinders Street did open first, but was entirely rebuilt in 1910. Route 82 drops you right next to High Point Shopping Centre. The only problem is the actual entrance to the building is 500 meters away. Every train station with 2 platforms will have Platform 1 used for trains to the city and Platform 2 for trains further out to the suburbs. Except Diamond Creek. No idea why it's so quirky. The grass strip in the middle of the Eastern Freeway was specifically designed to allow trains to run down the middle. This never happened, and now they're getting rid of it to build just 1 more lane and fix traffic. It's pronounced Creswick, not Creswick. It's pronounced Truganina, not Truganina. The station here will open in 2026, although I suppose that's actually kind of useful to know. You know what? Never mind. The only way to access these stops on Lygon Street is by jaywalking. The lights on Platform 14 at Southern Cross Station broke 10 years ago and have yet to be fixed. There's a Fairfield Station in Melbourne, a Fairfield Station in Sydney, and a Fairfield Station in Brisbane. Burwood Station is nowhere near the actual suburb of Burwood. No one knows why Frankston is called that. The St Kilda and Port Melbourne lines were orange on the map before their conversion to trams. Moreland Station opened on a Tuesday. Hampton Station did not open on a Tuesday. The first ever train line to close was this short link between Windsor Station and St Kilda Station, which closed in 1861. Kerrang Station opened on a Saturday. This is a map of all the tram routes that were planned in the 1930s. Despite the importance of its station, the actual suburb of Burnley only has 750 residents. Seaholme Station opened, Doncaster Station did not open. Route 12 and 78 use exclusively the lowest capacity trams. The Siemens trains have the same announcement sound as they do in Sydney. Melbourne once had a station called Picnic. There used to be a tram on Holden Street. The interchange to Ascot Vale Station on Route 82 is not shown on the tram map, despite the distance being shorter than other interchanges such as Hartwell or Northcote. Macaulay Station is the closest station to the city that only has trains every 20 minutes. The 72 does not end in Camberwell, it ends in Deepdean. The 58 does not end in West Coburg, it ends in Pascoe Vale South. The 1 does not end in South Melbourne Beach. South Melbourne doesn't even have a beach. That beach is in Albert Park. There's a freight-only train tunnel underneath Bunbury Street in Footscray. The City Circle now only runs clockwise. This fact is useless since nobody uses the City Circle anyway. There are 9 passenger rail bridges over the Yarra River. The Williamstown line looks like it couldn't be extended any further, but it actually did used to have a station called Williamstown Pier. The Stony Point line has been almost the exact same in terms of service since its opening 140 years ago, the only major difference being the switch from steam to diesel. And that looks like it's my time up. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to my channel members for supporting my channel. I'll see you all in the next one.